Ugarte is back on, apparently. How stupid will them people look that were slagging Ineos off for walking away if Ineos went back in and actually got a better deal for Ugarte? LIGT and Mazraoui, positive talks there. Apparently they're okay and they're going to come to United still. We're talking KADIOGLU. What happens in a day when news gets broke around Manchester United and how it can turn from a negative to a positive within 24 hours? Well, welcome along to the transfer window, everybody. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. This is your live Friday before the weekend when the football starts show. We cover everything from Manchester United, from team news to football games to actual transfer speculation and real deals as well. We talk in depth as well. So get involved in the chat. Get live now. Get your comments in the live section. Please give the video a like. 700, you know the score, guys. Get me 700 likes. Thank you. Please do, though, subscribe to the channel to make sure that you miss none of this, because we're bringing you right in on the action tonight. Talking, first of all, about that man. Yes, the forgotten man. The one that we all thought was done literally, 3 days ago? Ugarte. I remember saying, and I remember talking to you lot, do not be surprised if Ugarte's name pops straight back up again in the conversation going towards the back end of this transfer window. And bang, here we go again. Florian Plettenberg has broke the news. I will come to gifted members in the chat in a second. Cheers for that, Steve, buddy. And Ugarte, let's just get this out the way quickly so we can get talking about this. Manchester United and PSG have continued talks over Manuel Ugarte. Manchester United, we're finding out now, more news has come out since we've apparently walked away from the deal because we're not happy with the price. More news has come out about the actual bid that we put in, and that bid being around 42 million. So we are 9 mil apart from the 51 that Ugarte wanted. That PSG wanted for Ugarte. So it's a case of talks like Plettenberg has said, like, everything is positive, everything's moving forward. Sky have said the same, Fabrizio Romano has said the same. How can it be positive when you're miles apart? What does positive mean? Does it mean that you've just not completely fallen out with the people you're talking to? We don't know, and we would all love to know what happens behind the scenes, but nobody is ever going to know what happens behind these deals or what's involved in them. But you have to look at it and go, well, if it's positive, at least they're actually communicating. If they're communicating, then it means that they can probably come to some agreement. Maybe they could meet in the middle somewhere. When will Ineos buckle on one of these deals? Because they're not moving anywhere off their valuations. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they go up, if they get PSG down, if they are willing to go a little bit more. Because in all the other deals, they've not really done it. Yeah, they went a little bit more on Xerxes because they wanted to structure the deals, but they will look around the fee that works for them, that they can structure in installments more than anything. It won't be the actual full price. It's what deal they can structure that suits their budget. We've always said Ugarte was the top target. The talks the other day were Manchester United deal off because they wouldn't accept PSG's amount and what they valued Ugarte at. If they came down, then Manchester United are back in. And maybe this is what's happened. Maybe this is where, like Plettenberg said, these positive talks have continued going on, and United are actually now getting closer to a deal with Ugarte. It is a strange one in terms of the positive side of things, but let's be honest with ourselves. We all knew that when it was said the other day that United had walked away from Ugarte, it was basically walking away from that round of negotiations. Now, something has triggered something, whether it be the Sancho talk and PSG and United still communicating. Obviously, Sky talked about that earlier on this week, about United having talks with Sancho. It's moved on to the next phase, apparently, with Jadon Sancho. PSG have concerns around his personality, his temperament, and I'd say mentality in all, really, and what he's like, that petulant nature. Some have reported that. I don't know if that was made up. But one thing that has been said is that Manchester United have moved on with talks with Sancho, and it has advanced. Now, we talked about Doué going to Bayern the other day. Maybe it's gone to that stage where they can't find that forward player that they want. PSG have bought in a centre-back, a centre midfielder, and now they need that forward player. So that could be a case now that they're in a position to talk to Manchester United regarding Jadon Sancho and move forward them talks for the forward that they need in their squad for the season coming up. So that's where we're at with that. And obviously communication continues through that. And you are bound to bring up talk of another player that you have been talking to PSG about in Manuel Ugarte, like we're doing now. And maybe that conversation continues into, can we make something happen? If we're nice to you regarding Sancho, can you be nice back and maybe bring that price down in line with what is respectable and what is reasonable? I think 42 million, I think, is the max, really, for Ugarte. I don't think United are going to be going ahead of that. And personally, it all comes down to PSG. Something's happened from PSG's side, because United walked away at 42, not being accepted. So what have PSG done? That's the question, I think, more than anything. Not what United are doing. Yes, talks between both are going on. It takes two to tango. We know that. But still, I feel like because of United's stance and them already moving away from this deal, PSG must have had to have lured them back in somehow within talks of this price coming down from PSG's side. So we'll see on what happens with that. We'll stay tuned to that and make sure that we're across everything that happens with it and updates. But Ugarte to United, are you happy that his deal is back on? Are you sick of this? Or are you just looking at this like we said when we broke the news? Well, we didn't break the news. When we talked about the breaking news on Forever United T, when we said, look, the deal isn't dead until the transfer window shuts. It never is. This is transfer politics. This is what happens. This is what happens. You know what? When you've got a structure in place. So go off on your meltdowns talking about how crap Ineos are doing in the transfer market, but what are you going to say if Ineos managed to get this cheaper than what PSG originally wanted? And then come back with another conversation. Muppets. Anyway, let's get into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Steve Brindle, like I said before, has donated 5 memberships. What an absolute legend. Cheers for that, Steve, mate. They've gone to Ben, 777, Fizel, Lily United, Sim, Iron, Ron Garside, and there is one more in there. Have I said 5 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, sorry. There is 5 there. Thank you, Steve. I have got a poll going as well now, guys, just on this transfer window in general, really. After everything that's been reported, how many more players will United bring in? 2, 3, 4 or more? People are saying 3 at 47% of the vote right now, and that vote's creeping over 350 already. Keep voting in the poll, guys. Thank you. Please keep liking the video. Already up over 130 likes. Legends, a lot of you. Get your comments in. I'm coming in right now for you. Let's see. Adam, just seen the poll. White is 0, not an option. We're going to sign someone, mate. Trust me, Dal, we're signing someone. I better believe that, do I look like a complete tool? I seen that message there, Graham. I can't read it out, but I know what you're saying, mate. Good one. Adam, can maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka not injured, but maybe transfer not far away? You just don't know. Continuation of talks regarding Wan-Bissaka for Man United were always going on. The deal is off as it is with West Ham. But Manchester United are still talking with West Ham and Inter Milan. There is no issue with fees or anything like that. The only problem we've got was, like we spoke about yesterday, Wan-Bissaka 7 million. You're not going to get that. So let's see if he's willing to take less than bleeding 7 million. Christ God. Ugarte and Kobe, Mainu and Bruno. Wow, what a midfield we will have in upcoming season. Come on, United, let's get it done, says Kyle. Let's see now. Just checking a few more of your messages quickly. Gray, I was implying that he already does look okay. I don't even need to guess who you're talking about right there, guys. That's just PSC trying to drive the price down. We're worried, so you're going to have to give us a discount. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Dal. Sorry, mate. Sat says, people complain about United overpaying on transfers and wages, but when we negotiate, the same people say we should just let what the selling club pay what the selling club wants. All our rivals do this to get better deals. Yeah, football structure. Simple. Like we said before, this looks great and looks weird and wonderful to us, but to every other football club in the Premier League, this is just normal because they've got football people running a football club. I do hope Aaron Wan-Bissaka is fit and it's because he's getting sold. Yes, Kaz. Wesley says, Adam, can't we make a deal with PSG swap and cash difference? I don't really want it, though. I want to just get the cash. I want to get Sancho gone for cash and then try and negotiate our own deal with Ugarte. That's what I want to do because we want to use the cash from Jadon Sancho and put that into buying a forward, not necessarily putting it towards Ugarte, which we've got money aside for. Like we said before, we've got bids in place for LIGT and Ugarte. Everyone else needs players selling before they can come in, like Mazraoui with Wan-Bissaka. If you want a forward, we sell Jadon Sancho, so on and so forth. So, yeah, really, I want United to stick to the guns with Ugarte. I'm still happy if we walk away from it. But if they get a better deal and they get what they want, and their own valuation of him, then it bodes very well for Manchester United going forward. In dealing with the likes of PSG, when they're being stubborn asses with their prices and you get the price down to what you want, that is exactly where we want Manchester United to be moving towards in the future. So, all for it if we walk away or get Ugarte. Don't care. Just get the deal that works for the football club. That's the most important thing. All right, mate. How are you doing, Mark? Okay. I think we will sign 4 of our targets this window, but might have to wait until last day. I think McTominay will stay. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Hannibal, Sancho will leave. Hope so. Something's happening and something's moving in the pipeline with this regarding a sale, I think. I think there is something in the offing. Gear with the super chat. Cheers. I want Ugarte and Berge. Sander Berge, I'd love both. We're going to talk about Berge as well. The price has been set from Burnley there as well, so we're going to bring that up in the conversation as well soon. Got plenty to get through today. Jonathan says, look, are we not talking about buying a second-hand 200 TV? We are talking 40, 50 million. Come on, guys. It could never happen overnight. And, of course, PSG want more mills, and we want to pay less. Yes, true. I said 2 players, but hopefully it could be for 2 midfielders and 2 centre-halves. Could well be. We talked about the free transfer earlier on today in Araro, and that is definitely something that United should be looking into if it's a possibility. It definitely gives us a bit of room and gives us plenty more squad depth as well. Welcome to the Members Club, Satinjar. That was gifted by Tom Porter. Thank you, Tom. And Sat, welcome to the Members Club again. When talking about deals that we've known going on for a while, obviously the obvious one comes up, which is LIGT, Mazraoui, Manchester United, and this has come from Plettenberg again. Mazraoui and LIGT will join Manchester United in August, if all goes to plan. A double transfer will be completed. Positive and ongoing negotiations between the clubs are underway. More from this is Manchester United and Erik ten Hag are pushing for both players. Bayern Munich willing to sell, not done yet, but progress is being made. Progress, positive talks is the word and the vibe right now today, or this evening anyway. And United getting closer and closer and closer to getting what they want, which is what we want to hear. Like I said, with Ugarte, if that deal does come off, it will be on United's terms. If we get LIGT and Mazraoui, hopefully that will be on our terms as well. I can't see it not being, simply because, like, we've already said no to deals. We've already stood our ground with him. If something comes back, it has to come from the selling club. Obviously, we heard yesterday Jonathan Tah is now off the table, but Bayern Munich will probably go back in for him. We know, like, they're playing the transfer game just like Manchester United are from their side. So I do expect them to get what they want. Maybe they can look at it and drop their price for LIGT. 30 million from Manchester United, 42 million for Ugarte, 72 million there for them 2 players. It's pretty good business for me. Then you look at Mazraoui coming in for Wan-Bissaka, all depending on that compensation fee for Wan-Bissaka, obviously, but 3 good players there. You could get Herrero in on a free transfer and then maybe add Berge. If you sell Jadon Sancho, then you're looking at bringing in another forward, and it could be upwards of 5 more signings yet. And then you're talking a whole different ball game, and there'll be a few people sat there feeling like complete and utter plonkers. It's all you can say. Like I told you, just let Ineos do their thing. Look, I could look here like a plonker by saying this right now, but I'm confident and I'm still happy. If it finishes the way it is now, I like the way Ineos are working. That's all I'll say. I like the way Ineos are working. I like the fact that they're not jumping the gun, like they're not buckling to the pressure and being ripped off for players that we shouldn't be being ripped off for. And yeah, it's what's the name? It is the best outcome for Manchester United in the long term. Sorry, 1 second, guys. It's, for me, a plan. And that's all I've wanted to see. A structure and a plan. I want to see Manchester United doing business how they want to do business, rather than doing it for the sake of it. And I do believe that United are in the right position and have positioned themselves very comfortably. I've got no issue with where we're at with any of these deals right now. Not panicking. I would panic if we carried on with all these injuries and we don't manage to get certain defenders in. And like I said, needs must. If we have to bring in Herrero on a free transfer for extra cover, no problem with that. Get it done. John D, welcome to the Members Club, gifted by London. On to other targets for Manchester United and talks with, yes, and this is a name I want to talk about and keep talking about, and that is our man, Ferdi KADIOGLU. Yes, we heard and we spoke earlier on. I went on about Brighton being interested in contacting Fenerbahce. More news has come out tonight regarding KADIOGLU. Which is pending further confirmation. Manchester United are preparing a bid worth 33 million for Ferdi KADIOGLU. Ferdi wants to play in the Premier League and is open to a move to England this summer. All noises around KADIOGLU are that he is definitely moving this transfer window. He wants to come to the Champions League. Doubts over Luke Shaw's fitness might have changed Manchester United's plans. This was from the Muppeteers. Manchester United have met with Ferdi KADIOGLU's representatives and asked about a contract. The contract terms he would demand from them in case of an agreement with Fenerbahce. All of this coming from big sources over in and creditable sources over in Turkey. And you have to look at this as a concern over. I would go down the same road as the Muppeteers with this one. Luke Shaw, again, I spoke about it. People have been shouting it out. We need to get behind Luke Shaw. We need to support him. It may be not his injuries. It could be his fitness. He's not available for the Community Shield. We're not surprised. Will he be available for the start of the season? If not, then we are looking at injuries, guys. You don't get this sort of a fitness issue after playing and training all summer, playing actual games in an international tournament and then resting and coming back and not being fit. There is a niggle, there is a problem, there is an injury. There's no two ways about it. If United are going into the market for another left back, like we are looking into KADIOGLU from Turkey's side of things, and the reports coming from that, is that they are concerned with Luke Shaw, and it's time that we rectified it properly by bringing in a proper left back. Maybe the transfer tactics have changed. I'm talking like you've got Mazraoui who can play left and right. I don't know if we're going to go fully in for KADIOGLU. We'd have to be selling someone. We haven't got anyone to sell on the left-hand side, though. Amas is going nowhere. Maybe he'll go on loan. Malacia and Shaw are both injured. You've got no chance of selling any of them two. So what is the plan here? Where does KADIOGLU fit in? Obviously on the left-hand side, preferably. But why would we change our transfer strategy? Something else has to be going on. If the numbers are correct and the rumours are right about KADIOGLU possibly being on Manchester United's radar and be very close to United making a bid, United must be confident about someone leaving. There has to be a significant outgoing within Manchester United for this to be happening for me. I don't see any other outcome from it. KADIOGLU is a fantastic player, and I would jump at the chance to get him in at 33 million. Snip. Honestly, get him in. He is a cracker. And you know what? That would be Manchester United comfortable on the left-hand side. I just don't think, I'm looking at it, and I'm not going to go back on what I've said. I don't think United have got the money. I think we need to sell players. I do. I think United must be confident that something can happen somewhere along the lines here. Then we can get rid of players. Because we're going from 1 minute scraping the barrel. We have to sell players to bring players in, to being linked with multiple players again this evening. There has to be some form of plan or some confidence within the club that we are going to get certain players out of the door. It's gone quiet with Scott McTominay. Whether or not that will come back. The big one would be, obviously, Jadon Sancho. That would be a big fee. We talked earlier on. We're going to talk about who's in the squad for the Manchester Derby, but we talked earlier on about, obviously, Hannibal. We've got Palestri to sell. Can we get rid of Lindelof? Wan-Bissaka is obviously going. And if you get rid of Scott McTominay as well, then you really are moving forward. So, going to be interesting to keep our eye out. Honestly, I keep saying it. I know I'm repeating myself constantly, but this last 2 weeks of this transfer window, wow. If everything goes to plan, Manchester United are in for an absolute bonanza. I think even Fabrizio Romano has come out and said Manchester United will be very, very busy. Like, there is so many deals that United have negotiated to a certain point which need triggering. And it does stem and does sort of get held up by players not moving on. Manchester United's conversations with PSG right now, with Bayern Munich right now, they are holding them up, like the prices, the set. But if United move players on, I think we can expect 3 or 4 players to be coming in the other way. Now, KADIOGLU, I would have him right up there. Honestly, I would bite the bullet and bring that player in. I think he is that good. But I don't see how United afford him. Just looking at the numbers and all of the reports and everything financially that we've been told is reality right now, then where are Ineos at with this? Have they looked at the injury nightmare which is happening and changed some of their budget plans and how they make this happen? Obviously, we've just negotiated a extension and more money coming in from Snapdragon that was announced today. By Omar Barada sealed the deal while in San Diego. There was a trigger to extend and earn more money for Manchester United, and that has been finalised and done. So maybe we've got more sponsorship money in. Maybe that's helping us out a little bit as well. Obviously, are they calculating into the annual yearly figures the job cuts that they've made, the 250 staff, which was supposed to save United tens of millions this year as well? There's all sorts you can look into, but I don't think United would be spending significant money unless they were first-team players. KADIOGLU, first-team player. Euro, first-team player. Zirkzee, you could say that. LIGT and Mazraoui, debatable. As it, yep, like they are both first-team players, but will they be starting? That's the point I'm making. You just got to sort of like look at what we've got to sell and get excited. It's not going to be dull. I'm going to be absolutely knackered, I feel. At the start of the season, obviously Community Shield, then 3 Premier League games, all before this transfer window slams shut. It's going to be non-stop, guys. So it's like I plead with you to actually make sure you subscribe, because we're going to have some serious fun and games over these next few weeks with Manchester United. We really are. And we I'm not saying anything is off the table. That's all I'll say with Manchester United. It is, everything is on. Everything is on. Jeffrey there is just saying that Sky reporting positive talks continue with West Ham over Wan-Bissaka. It's not West Ham and Wan-Bissaka. It is Manchester United and Wan-Bissaka. We have an update just come in. I was going to move on to Xander Berge, actually, but we have an update from Fabrizio Romano. Only in case Ugarte would be too expensive and Manchester United couldn't complete important sales, in that case, they can consider other midfielders like Berge and Amrabat. So, what that says to me from Romano, and what he said there, just reading through that, only in the case Ugarte would be too expensive and Manchester United couldn't complete important sales. Important sales are De Ligt and Ugarte. If we can't complete them, it's all, the picture is starting to open up right now. If we cannot complete them deals, then United will be looking at the Xander Berges of this world, looking at the Amrabats of this world. Herrero from Atleti will obviously be a free transfer and a no issue for United, and we could get him in either way if we really wanted to. So keep an eye on that one. But what Romano has said here is, like, all of these deals that we're talking about are negotiated in and are full on plan B. So Xander Berge, Amrabat, all waiting in the wings. Like, United have got some pull to have these guys waiting around till the end of this window. If we get, honestly, it's going to go down to the deadline, isn't it? It's going to go deadline. Everything that's happening right now is just building up to a madness of a finish to this transfer window. It really is an absolute madness. And I can see so much happening. I can see United making 3 or 4 signings, and I can see them all happening in the last week of the window. The countdown is on. It really is. But Xander Berge, apparently Burnley are holding out. They want full value. They want the 30 million quid for Sander Berge. That is too much for me. It just looks a bit silly that we would do that, pay 30 million, and it only be just over 10 million away from our number one target, who was Ugarte. I just don't see United doing that. If they got it for 20 million with add-ons, I think that works for United, but it would only happen, and this is what we thought could be, unless United sell players, these deals won't happen. So Sander Berge, 25 million. I thought if Scott goes, they would bring him in and still go for Ugarte. It now looks like Scott is staying, because that has gone quiet with Fulham. And what Romano has just said there has pretty much nailed it down to United go for Ugarte. If this next round of talks doesn't work, they will commit to getting someone like Amrabat or Sander Berge in through the door. So, yeah, it's proper planning. It's proper football structure planning for a transfer window. You've got backups. You've got deals negotiated. You've got agreements in place, in principle and verbally, ready to go in case something doesn't happen with your top target. And like I said with Ugarte the other week, like, people bitching and moaning about how long it's taken Manchester United to walk away from the deal. They've never walked away from the deal. They've walked away from PSG's price. If they keep to their guns, things open up. They're playing hardball right now, and they will get what they want, or they will walk away from it. And right now, there is plenty of time left. So, with 3 weeks left, when we said we're walking away from the Ugarte deal, Manchester United have gone out, pretty much secured Sander Berge and got him on side. We're looking at Fofana, who AC Milan have walked away from because United are in now. Then, yeah, reality is, United right now have got, 7 or 8 deals in the offing. And it's up to them which ones they go for, depending on, obviously, finances, what deals work best for them. And just to reiterate Sky's comments that have just come out regarding Wan-Bissaka. Positive talks for West Ham over a deal for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who is currently negotiating exit terms with Manchester United. It's all down to the payments. We never said this deal was dead. We said it was off at the time with West Ham because they weren't willing to pay the compensation fee for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. United don't want to pay that either. And they're in negotiations with Aaron Wan-Bissaka right now to pay less than bleeding 7 bastard million. Almost 300 likes in the bag, guys. Let's see if we can get that up to 400 likes before we finish the live. We want 700 for the full show, guys. So make sure you keep liking the video. We have nearly 1,200 in the room and only 300 likes. Surely we can get them likes up. Please just give the video a like. It helps the channel massively. It's free to do. The content is free, so you might as well do it. Let's get into the poll and see where we're at. We're creeping up to 1,000 votes in the poll. After everything that's been reported, how many more players will United bring in? 2, 3, 4 or more. Right now, the vote is at 43% of you think 3 players will come in. You are confident. I like it. Confident United fans. 2, 31%. 4 of you, 21% of you are saying 4. And 6% of you are saying more. So 5 or more players to come in. 6% of people, that's a decent chunk. It really is a decent chunk, isn't it? I mean, guys, make sure you get your comments in for everything that we're talking about right now. And make sure you get your points across regarding Ugarte. I want to know if there's anyone that you would want more than Ugarte. And I just want you guys involved and talking, basically, about how you see this window panning out right now. Were you one of them optimistic ones that were sitting back and just saying, let Ineos do their thing? Or was you one of these that was getting worried, thinking that this was just the same as it was before with the Glazers? It wasn't. It definitely wasn't, I don't think. And it hasn't been. It's been a million miles away from that. We have got the watch along going on tomorrow, guys. I'm just going to drop the link into the chat right now. I'm going to pin it up, actually, to the top, because this one has got the referral code on it as well. So TIFO is the platform where we're doing our watch-alongs for this season coming. We have a few announcements to make as well in the watch along tomorrow. We bring you guys on, we talk to you, we get you on the videos as well. Click on the link there in the chat, in the live chat. Jump across. Referral code is Adam, all in capitals. Guys, get logged in there completely free, and we'll see you tomorrow for the watch along as well, which is great. More news to talk about tonight, because we want to talk about who's actually fit and available. Interesting one with Wan-Bissaka being talked about there. He isn't fit apparently for the game tomorrow with Man City. We've now seen the travelling squad. We've now seen who actually is available for Manchester United. So I'm just going to go into that now, and then we'll touch on Wan-Bissaka and where I think he might actually be out. But Manchester United's travelling squad to London is this. Anana, Bayende and Heaton in goal. Defenders are Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Lissandro Martinez, Harry and Mas. Midfield, we've got Casemiro, Mount, Collier, McTominay and Mainu, along with Fernandes. Forwards, we've got Rashford, Ahmad, Antoine, Garnacho, Sancho, Pellistri and Xerxes. That is strong. Don't care what anybody says. Ample cover in defence, really, there. Like, Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Martinez, and Mas. Like, we've got, fullbacks were pretty low. Looks like we're going to see a Mas play. Pretty nailed on looking at that squad there. So, good to see a Mas come into the side. Martinez and Evans, I think, will be the partnership. I think Maguire may come on, depending on how fit Maguire is. Ten Hag will make that decision, obviously. I think he wants to rest some players, so may see some substitutions coming in. Midfield, very interesting to see how this one pans out. Like Casemiro, Mount, Collier, McTominay, Mainu and Fernandes. Plenty of options there. Can easily swap around quite a few players. Forward line, take your pick. Like Rashford, Ahmad, Anthony, Garnacho, Sancho, Pellistri and Xerxes. I think personally, after what has played out so far this pre-season, I can see a front three of Ahmad, Rashford and Sancho. Maybe Sancho or Rashford as a Rashford as a 9, Sancho false 9. I would probably go down the road of saying Sancho false 9, Rashford left, Ahmad right. And then you've got Garnacho, Pellistri, Xerxes and Anthony to come on and cover where need be. So, yeah, really strong squad. What do we think of the squad, guys? Are you happy now that we've got a couple of fullbacks actually fit and a couple of centre-backs fit? I remember Xhaka not fit. Like, it was reported that he may be a doubt, but I'm thinking, you know where I'm going with it? I'm going down the transfer route. Like, don't freaking risk it. I think conversations are far down the line, and maybe this is a sign that we could see Aaron Wan-Bissaka move forward next week in terms of this move to West Ham. United must feel confident leaving him out. I don't think he was that injured. There was no real bad reports of Wan-Bissaka being completely poleaxed after that Liverpool injury that brought him off in the friendly last week. So nothing significant has come out. I think they won't risk him anyway, simply because they want to sell him. It's quite clear he's heading out of the exit door, so United are not going to risk him. Which is smart, definitely. Dalot and all of the international players need game time. Let's not forget, whether you want to risk certain players or not, like, these guys haven't played for 3 or 4 weeks. They need games, and this is still pre-season. So expect to see everyone from international duty get some game time, I would say. So expect Xerxes, Garnacho, Leacher, Bruno, Dalot, Mainu. I expect all of these players to get a bit of game time in the derby tomorrow. City are definitely not playing their international players. They've got a long list of players that aren't in their side, so that's going to be an interesting one. Real chance for United to kickstart the season tomorrow. I think we'll have the stronger team. Obviously, at the back, we're a bit threadbare, and we haven't got many options on the bench. Obviously, you could see Casemiro dropping into defence. McTominay could do a job there as well. I don't know about fullback. I don't know where we go with that. Hopefully, Dalot, he never lets us down. Do we want to be playing him for a full 90 minutes? His first game back against City. City are probably in the same place that we are in terms of like fitness and where they're actually preparation-wise and everything like that. So it's not going to be a full tilt Manchester City. Maybe it's a good time for Dalot to come in and play. I'm automatically worrying about injuries right now. I shouldn't do. Just play the game that's in front of you, and what happens, happens. We'll deal with it after that, and then moan about injuries. But guys, get in the comments and let me know. I'm coming to the comment section now. We should sign Berge this season. Next season, go for Adam Wharton. Forget Ugarte. He's an average passer who is only good at tackling. Look, there is certain roles that United want players for. Ugarte fits one role. I'm guessing Berge fits another role as well. Berge's stats, as we've gone through today, he stands out. Like, he's right up there. So I look at it and I go, I still like Berge. I like his numbers. I like what he does. I like how he plays. I think the disrespect on him that a lot of fans have put in, United fans have put on him, is unforgivable. It's ridiculous. And I said there's no guarantee that Ugarte is going to work as well. Let's just see. Exactly. Elite, that's a physical team that doesn't break the bank. If we get the outgoings done first, that is my dream team and could be enough to get Erik ten Hag style clicking. I like the positivity within the chat, guys. People thinking that we have got a way forward this season. Definitely. It is all working out. Well, we'll see if it works out. The noises are good anyway. If Sancho plays a blinder this season, it would be a real lift to our squad, says Cornish Maid. Thanks, Melissa. Oh, and look at that there. Kaz has brought me a beer. Oh, yes. That's the one. Yes, get in there. Just what you needed. Pint of Madrid to see in the first real game of the season. Some people call it real. If you haven't watched the podcast already, guys, me and Kaz discussed this on the podcast, United Couple. The mods will put another link in the chat for you guys. It is in the description as well. Go and watch it. Please do subscribe to the podcast channel. We talked about the Charity Shield. Is it a competition that you want to win? Is it an actual trophy? That debate will continue every single season, I think. I think it's only a significant game at this time around, I feel, because it's Manchester Derby. It's as simple as that, isn't it? It is a Manchester derby and you want to win it. You don't want to lose to Manchester City in the opening game. But then again, every time City lose a Community Shield, they go on and win the bleeding Premier League. So maybe we should just get beat and put the voodoo on Man City. And maybe everyone else will have a chance in the league this season. That's how I look at it anyway. But you guys tell me, is it important? God, no, please don't play Casemiro at centre-back, says Nick. I know what you're saying, mate. But maybe later on in the game when we're 3-0 up and we're cruising. You know what I'm saying? Football TV, we are lucky to have players but unfortunately, these players aren't the right players to help us in this game or this season. Look, there's a lot of that squad. Let's go through that squad right now, guys. And you tell me, Anana, Bayern, Heaton, no one's really moving any of them on. Nothing like priority-wise needs to be moved on there. Let's go through the defenders. Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Martinez, Amas. For me, there's only Maguire that needs to be moved on out of that defence that's available tomorrow. Into the midfield, Casemiro, Mount, Collier, McTominay, Mainu, Fernandes. McTominay and Casemiro, two out of the midfielders. The forward line, Rashford, Ahmad, Antonet, Garnacho, Sancho, Palestra, Xerxes. For me, players to shift out of that front line would be Rashford, Antonet and Sancho. Everyone's going to go mental about that one, but yeah, I stand by my gun. I still got the same mindset as I did earlier in the season, so yeah, I'm not really bothered what people think. Like Rashford, show me that you want to play for United this season. I know we're not going to sell him, but when you look at that squad, there's plenty of players there that will do a job this season, and we all want to keep. It's an interesting one. I want to see Collier again. Hopefully he gets game time, because we could really use Collier this season. With everything that we're discussing regarding the midfield, transfers, players coming in, players leaving, Collier could really play a significant role this season. Over 400 likes, guys. Legends. Go on, I dare you. Try and get near 500. I don't think we've had a 500 live one this week. You're running out of time, so you better make a move on with the likes, guys. 1,100 in the room still. It doesn't collaborate, does it? We need more likes, please, guys. Keep them coming in. Let's see how far you can get. But yeah, into the chat we go again. Be nice to win tomorrow, but 3 points against Fulham is more important. Patrick, 100% agree with you, mate. We need that win. We need to get them points in the bag. First game of the season is everything. Set off well and it kicks that. Honestly, a decent performance in the first game goes a million miles into the psyche and the attitude of the players, I feel. With everything that's gone on last season, to finish the season so strongly and beating City, to then go and beat Fulham next week, that is huge. That is just carrying on the momentum. And I think it then starts to sort of spread, doesn't it? It does. So, yes. Hello, everyone in the chat who's just joining us as well. If everyone watching likes the video, we smash City tomorrow. I don't think that's going to win it, Stu, to be honest. It's not. The guys are giving it a good go, though. They've just had over another 30 likes in there. Well done, everyone. Greg says, I think we will be okay for our first game. Last season, we were 100% Glazers. Remember that? We will. Let's not forget, first game gets played, that transfer window is still open. So deals are going to be going on. Deals are going to be made while we're still playing in the Champions League. God, I wish. In the Premier League, first few games, guys. So, yes. I have ordered a pizza. Yes, I have. Well said, Stu. That is my tea tonight. Papa John's tonight, guys. That's what we're having. Papa John's, a Madre, and a lemon sponge cake. Can't beat that, can you? Perfect night. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones at the moment because House of the Dragon's just done my head in. I needed to see some blood and guts. Honestly, like, that just let me down big time, House of the Dragon. God's sake. Delusional, that's what's that's called. 6 to 10th place, end of the season. If Ten Hag stays, bounce back. If he is sacked, like always, Christopher is well and truly on it. He is in full-on positive mode, isn't he? No, Christopher's not having any of it. Sorry, mate. What's it going to take, Chris, to convince you? What do you need in this transfer window to get you on side with United progressing? Well, we're going to do better than what we did last season. There's no way we can finish worse than 8th. That would be embarrassing. Stop being defeatist. Sir Alex would not allow that. Best the plastic club. BB, I don't think that's aimed at me, is it? Is that someone else in the chat? Let's see. Adam, do you watch The Boys? No, I've been told to do, though, Ben. I've not done it yet. I've not done it. But it is rated up there, actually, quite highly, The Boys. I may tap into it. I want to finish Game of Thrones for the second time again. And then I may jump into it. But there's loads of catching up I need to do. I've just committed myself to watching all of Game of Thrones again over the last 2 months. Actually a month, I think it is. But yeah, I'm gonna get that finished and get that done, and then I'll move on to the next thing. But maybe try The Boys. I was actually thinking maybe hit the Sons of Anarchy again because I loved that, but I don't know if Kaz would watch it. I'm not too sure about it, but yeah, that's another one that I loved. But that's going to take an age to get through that. I think there's 8 and 9 series in Sons of Anarchy. Brilliant, no. Yes, that is us, guys. We're done. Friday night. All that's left for me to say is happy weekend, guys. Football is back tomorrow. I'm back at 8 o'clock with the normal update show. Then we'll be doing our normal show around about 12 o'clock, but it's going to be looking ahead towards the game probably as well, so there may not be as much transfer. Well, I don't know. There probably will be, knowing United, but we've got plenty to talk about tomorrow. But make sure you join me. We've had a load of people subscribe over this transfer window and over the summer. Let's continue that into the season, guys. Get involved. Get on that link in the live chat now, guys, for the watch-along tomorrow. We do call-ins. We get people on the show. It's not your normal one-man band show, guys. You will love it. And all of the new stuff that's going to be in for the start of the Premier League season on TIFO and on that platform for your viewing enjoyment, let's just say that, the best that you can get. Honestly, brilliant. But, everyone, cheers. Have a good weekend. I will see you first thing in the morning. And come on, United. I've not said that for a while. It feels like football is well and truly back. So I'm going to leave you with our 20 times Man United playing football the Matt Busby way. Have a good one, people. Enjoy your Friday night.